in this video, you will learn how to calculate for azimuth and bearings in surveying. You have this plot of land which will be surveyed. Our aim is to establish or find the azimuth and bearings of the property. The first step is to identify the node boundary points of the land. After you have established the node points of the boundary lines, next label each node point. Here is station A, here is station B, this is station C, this is station D, and here is station E. Next, draw out a table like this for the line, azimuth, and bearing. Next, we're going to consider line AB. What is the azimuth? Azimuth considers the North Pole and counts in the clockwise direction. On line AB, we're going to start from station A. From the North Pole of station A, we're going to move in the clockwise direction until we touch this line AB. The angle covered is 130 degrees from the North Pole. The azimuth of AB is 130 degrees. Next, if I draw a cross on station A, this is 90 degrees. Then, what is this remaining part? 130 minus 90 degrees. Here we are going to have 40 degrees. If this is 90, this is 40. This remaining part is 50 degrees. If you consider 130 degrees, this is 90. 130 degrees falls in this southeast section of the bearing. For this part of the bearing is going to be 180 degrees minus the azimuth. This is north, this is east, this is south, and here is west. The bearing of this line is south 50 degrees east. On this table, the bearing is south 50 degrees east. We now have the azimuth and the bearing of line AB. Next, we're going to consider line BC. This is station A, and here we have station B. At station A, we established that this is 130 degrees, and we got here to be 50 degrees, while this is 40. At station B, if this is 50, in mathematics, the alternate angle here will also be 50 degrees. And from previous work on this site, the surveyor have established the angles of each boundary node, and we can see that C is somewhere here because this is angle 151 degrees at station B. That means this entire angle until it touch this line C is 151. If you remove 50 from 151 and you consider from the North Pole, the azimuth at station B will be from the North Pole. We are going to count in the clockwise direction until we touch line BC. And the azimuth at B is 101 degrees. That means here at station B, I will draw a cross. And this is 101 degrees from the North Pole of station B. The azimuth of line BC is 101 degrees. On this table, this is 101 degrees. And for the bearing, 101 degrees falls in here. We're going to have 180 minus the azimuth, 101 degrees. Alternatively, consider 101 degrees. This is 90 degrees. This remaining part is going to be 11. If this is 11, this remaining part will be 79. This is north, this is east, this is south, and this is west. Line BC is in southeast. The bearing will be south 79 degrees east. You see, we count in this direction for the southeast. On the table, the bearing will be south 79 degrees east. Next, we're going to consider line CD. This is line CD. The starting point is from C. I will consider the station at C. For the station at C, this angle is 143 degrees, established by the surveyor. If this is 11 degrees, and this part is 79 degrees. This line, this angle is alternate to this angle. This angle is also 79 degrees. If this is line C to D, the total angle is 143 degrees. If this is 79, this remaining part will be 64, because 79 plus 64 will give you a total angle of 143 degrees. Next, you are going to consider the North Pole at station C. From the North Pole, we are going to count clockwise direction until we touch this line CD. This is azimuth of 64 degrees. On this table, the azimuth of line CD is 64 degrees. And for the bearing, 64 degrees falls in northeast. In this section, you are going to do nothing, no reduction, no calculation when it falls on northeast. On the table, it's going to be north 64 degrees east. Next, we're going to consider line DE. For line D to E, if this is station E, at station D, I will draw a cross. If this is 64 degrees, alternate angle here is also 64 degrees. At this node, we have 56 degrees. That means this is 56 degrees. The azimuth from the North Pole is going to be from here 180, and this total is 300 degrees. 180 plus 64 plus 56. The azimuth of line DE is 300 degrees. 300 degrees falls in northwest. Remember, this is 0, 90, 180, 270, and 360 degrees. It's going to be 360 minus the azimuth, which is 300. On the table, we are going to have north 60 degrees west, because this is 90 degrees. That means here is 26 degrees. 26 plus this will give you a total of 90 degrees. This remaining part is now 30 degrees. North, west, we have 60 here. This is north, east, south, and west. North towards the west is 60 degrees. That's why the bearing is north 60 degrees west. You can make deduction using this formula. Next, we're going to consider line EA, which will be a closed loop. I will consider station E. If this is 60 degrees, the alternate angle here will also be 60 degrees, and this is 30 degrees, because here is 30 degrees. But the surveyor established that this angle is 149 degrees. If you remove 149 from 60, this remaining part is going to be 89 degrees. If you add this 89 degrees to 60 degrees, this total angle is 149, according to the surveyor's calculation. From the North Pole, the total angle that covers until we touch line EA will be 180 degrees on a straight line plus 89 degrees. That will give you a total of 269 as the azimuth of line EA. 269 is not up to 270 degrees. 269 is in southwest. We are going to have 269, which is the azimuth, minus 180 degrees. You can see that this is the south, this is the west. Southwest covers 89 degrees. I'm going to have south 89 degrees west. If you consider this alternate angle, 90 minus 89 is 1. This is 1 degree. This total angle will be 40 plus 1, which is 50 degrees. With these completed calculations for the azimuth and bearing of this property, we did not consider the length dimensions of the land. Our aim is to identify the position of the property. Remember that lands are not perfectly squared, but when sold or in development are made squared. Now that you have learned how to calculate the azimuth and bearing of a property and you can tabulate your values, I hope this video was helpful.